Go. You had enough. Go.
Okay, we should be live now, I think.
Not sure. I'll tell you in a second. It didn't pop up yet. See, you're live. Let me see. Yeah, you're live. Just popped up. Success.
I guess that's what you call it.
It's either success or luck, one or the other. Either way, it does the same thing.
Hey, W. Daryl, how's it going?
And my day got complicated. I got 11:30. I got to be at Mandeville to shoot. I got actually 11:15, 11 o'clock. Because 11:30 they're going to do the signing. Pierce is signing for college, so I got to be there for that. That's for about 30 minutes. Then I come home. Then I got to be back at the school for about 3:15, because they decided. I asked them. I asked them yesterday, day before yesterday. I said, we're going to have major storms coming through Thursday night, and it's going to be all the way through Saturday morning, just off and on, but every 4 hours. I mean, 5, 8 inches of rain per storm they're talking about. They're talking about major flooding.
Really?
Yeah, so it's going to be bad again. And that's coming in all day Friday and all morning Saturday to about 8, 9 in the morning. So I said, so the game Friday, what are we doing? Well, if it rains, we're not going to play. Okay. We get a message yesterday. Game's Thursday at 4 o'clock. So they moved the game to the day.
Hey, little Llama Laura or David, I think it's David. It's because it doesn't
It's
sound
probably
like
David, because Laura didn't say shut up, Joe.
Frank, Mark, White.
So I will not be here this afternoon. I will be shooting a football game.
What, Friday afternoon?
Thursday afternoon.
Thursday afternoon. Okay.
Yeah, it was a Friday game because of all the rain and that. They're going to move it to the day. It's just a scrimmage, blue and white scrimmage against each other. So it's just a wasting my time day, but I got to be there. Mark, what's up?
Good morning. Yeah. Miserable day. It's been raining all morning.
No, it's coming. They're talking about 1 in the morning. My son says he figures he works the weekend. So as soon as he goes to work, it's going to start raining again.
My other computer over here that runs this monitor is acting up.
Go. No. Go.
So that monitor behind you with the river on is on a different computer.
Yes.
All right.
On an old HP computer. really old, an all-in-one HP.
Mm. Right. Do you ever turn it off and turn it back on again so that it resets things?
Yes, I have.
Mm. Mm. Francois?
I just told it to restart. We'll see what happens.
Mm.
Oh, Joe, it's the day after I talked to him at eBay. I went and checked my account and everything, and nothing yet. And I had to fill out another form about why I wanted their assistance.
I don't know why they're making you fill it out twice, but you know.
Person I talked to on the phone yesterday, you know, with a little bit of a Asian accent.
Well, that's probably why.
She said that you know, she would make sure that everything was taken care of, and blah 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 blah, and that I should be getting my refund immediately, blah 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 blah, and
Yeah.
here we are.
Well,
Yeah.
you give them a day. Yeah, they sure want their money fast, but they won't give it back.
Mm.
It's like I accidentally paid a bill twice. I went online and I knew I paid it. And I said, I know I paid it because I got it sitting over here listed in my ledger. But it wasn't showing. So I said, well, maybe I didn't click it. So I paid it. All of a sudden, the next day when the bills due, 2 of them come out. So that's all right. I'll just use it for something else. Use the card to pay something else.
Well, now it comes up and it says, you guys can't read that. It says, updates are underway. Please keep your computer on.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then it's going to come back and say the updates weren't compatible and go back to normal. That's what my old one does.
Hey, here comes Tank RC. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Good morning, bunch of old guys.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good.
I'm allowed.
That's what it should be called.
I'm allowed to say that because I'm old myself. So, what are you guys all doing today? Are you gonna go flying, drone, or anything?
I just got back from flying.
Okay, and you recorded a ship coming by, or
Yeah.
when you go out like that, I know you look at the map. Do you try to get different ships all the time, or sometimes you actually catch the same ship again?
No, they come by so often. There's lots of times they get them twice.
Okay.
2, 3, 4 times a year, and the only thing that changes is the direction, the weather, the lighting, all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Well, you're on there, see if any of your buddies on there know how to siphon.
Hi, Dan.
Yeah. I will take some plugs up tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you get in trouble, Paul?
No, that was just my tenant. Unless you've taught Mia how to talk. That's the only thing. First, people that are here is me and Mia, my pupper dog. I tried that marriage thing, Frank, and tried it 3 times and didn't work either one of them.
Well, in August, it's going to be 20 years I've been with my wife. So,
Ah, good for you. No, I never got past the 6.5 or 7 year itch, you know.
okay.
The
Both
first
of mine had 14-year itch.
the first wife I had, my dad was the postmaster and the sectional center manager for the post office. Got her a job working at the post office. The next thing I know, within a year and a half of her working at the post office, she ran off with a married guy with kids. Then the next one was I married somebody that I was hooked up with, introduced to, married her, and there was something missing in it, and I was young and dumb, didn't realize that it's more important to be friends than have passion. But so I divorced her after 2 years. Then I got married to another gal, and we had Little Caesars Pizza franchise out in Kansas City, and she ran off with the store manager of a video store next door to one of my pizza locations, and with kids, and just to show vengeance. And I didn't plan it, but she died here 2 years ago of cancer. So the love life and me just don't get along.
Mine lasted 8 years, and she had one husband before me, and she's had 2 more since.
Yeah.
So the problem was not you then.
I hope not.
Well, somebody, it's everybody approaches marriage differently, how involved you want to be in the other person's life. And I didn't get involved in their lives. In other words, I wasn't, who are you talking to, where are you going, where are we going to be, what time are you going to be back, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
And so I think that left on their own, they will sway and stray.
Well,
That's the same thing. Yeah, go
mine
ahead.
was from the Seychelles, and if we ever went out, it was always to one of our Seychelles friends that lived around the area. And there's only 8 or 9 Seychelles people in Manchester, so I mean, I can understand wanting to be with her own people, but she just didn't want to be with my friends at any time, so it just sort of fizzled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even in retrospect, why go back and revisit a bad part of what happened? And you're better off just to move on.
Yeah, I know the feeling, because I got that one. It's in retrospect with the baby, the granddaughter. She's always bringing the granddaughter over, so I'm seeing her more now than I saw her when we were married.
Oh yeah. Are you the babysitter?
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's always
Back to
fun.
the fall, I'll be a 4-day-hour babysitter again.
Okay.
I don't mind my granddaughter over here. It's just it's funny the way we act now and the way it acted, the way it ended, Because I go over to the house. I passed the house the other day, drove over, called and said, I'm here, open up. They opened up and I walked in. It's like, it was, she thought the grass was greener, but the grass is just
You're
grass.
getting a chance, Joe, to spoil your grandbaby.
Oh yeah.
Because I know Joe well enough, Frank, that he just
I'm in
spoils
trouble.
the hell out of her.
Well, Frank, the other day she was on Facebook, FaceTime with me, and she was going, I'm blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, I'll do it. Well, and I thought about that and I said, you know what I just did? And my daughter and I said the exact same thing. just promised her when I get my Marine Corps money, I'm giving her $1 million. Like that. I said, I bet you that's what she asked me, and I said yes to it. And my daughter said the same thing, same time. She goes, I'm gonna hold it to you. I said, well, we didn't understand it, so too bad. And when I said that, I said, I didn't understand what you said, too bad. She's 15 months, she looked at me like, what? 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 Like, backing out already? What? You know? She don't know. I get the Marine Corps money, they're telling me I'm gonna get, she's gonna be set for life, but there'll be a lot of stipulations.
Yeah. Well, Paul, I went to an event in Kentucky. It was called Beat the Creek in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah?
Well over 2,000 people there with trail trucks. Lots of fun. Lots of people to talk to. I did not do as many trails as I wanted to because I was talking to too many people. So next year,
Well,
if I go back
yes.
next year, I'll do more.
Frank, you're known for your passion for remote controlled vehicles, but you're a real star at your personality, and you like to talk and hear what
Thanks.
other people are doing or having to say.
Thanks. Yeah, and it's so funny. I was there and in a booth with a person I know, and some people were walking by. They go, "Wait a minute, I know that voice." And then they stop. They look at me, and goes, "Tank." So they recognize my voice before recognizing my face.
Sure.
That was cool. And mind you, 90% of the people I met, I don't know because everybody uses a different name on YouTube. Not everybody uses their real name. So
That's it, yeah. It gets difficult remembering who's who at times.
yeah.
Morning, Lance.
Morning, guys.
Lance, how's it going?
Morning, Lance.
Hey, guys. Hey, Mark. Hey, Paul. Hey, Joe.
And
Hey, Lance.
Frank's with us too.
Hey, Frank.
Frank's expertise is radio controlled off-road. How would you say it is, Frank?
It would be cars and trucks. It's just remote control cars and trucks. Yes.
Like RC stuff?
Yep.
Yes.
Very cool. At least you're not crashing the Avata 2.
Well, it didn't take long to get that jab in.
I don't fly, but some of my cars do get off the ground. That's for sure.
Thank you. So Frank, what do you recommend as far as a size, like 1/10? What do you like to do?
It all depends what your friends have. If you take a scale that somebody does not have, they're all gonna be having fun with a certain type, and it's just like racing drone. Let's say you want to buy a little tiny hoop. I think they call it a little tiny racing drone, but everybody around you have the big giant drones. Well, you can't go flying with them, so it's not as fun. But if you get the same kind, it is fun. Now, that said, that's only if you have a group. If you're by yourself, the little tiny 1/24th are a lot of fun. The 1/24th scale or 1/18th scale, because you can drive them in the house, no problem, and do little courses and things like that. But for me, it's the 1/10th. 1/10th, that's my sweet spot for me.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I see. I see a lot of folks doing the 1/10th, and I've always wanted to get one and then like strap a GoPro on top or something. And
doing it on road, it's a lot of fun with the GoPro on it. But everybody I've seen that does bashing and fun with a car, as soon as they get a trail truck, would be an Axial or a Traxxas TRX4, they always say this is funner. Yes, it's slow, But when you go on the trails and you see the action of the truck and you're relaxing on the trail, you're taking a walk in the woods, and first thing you know, an hour or two are gone by and you're still in the same battery, and you've had fun, and then you come back home. It's so relaxing. It's fun.
Very cool. And you know, I see a huge range in price, anywhere from, you know, $60 to, you know, 500. You know, I guess you get what you pay for, huh?
You do have to be careful what you get, because on Amazon there is some, AliExpress, all over the place. There's different range of RC cars. The way I see it is, support. With anything you do with radio control, is support. If you buy something that's $90, don't think you're going to get parts for it. You got to buy a new one again.
Gotcha.
So to me, it's part support. Get what's available at your local hobby store, or if you have to do Amazon, make sure they have parts. But Traxxas or Axial, they're the main brands out there that you can get a lot of parts pretty much anywhere.
Good morning, Cory Mano. Frank Rizzo is here. Frank has one that can climb stairs in his house.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've got a 1/8 scale nitro buggy in the garage somewhere.
Okay.
Hasn't been used for quite some time.
Yeah,
You'll know how old it is when I tell you it's a Dave Marauder.
Okay. I never bothered with nitro, because electric is so much faster now and better. Nitro, especially in Canada, humidity, temperature change, you're always fiddling with the air intake and the gas. Well, not the gas, the nitro, and just adjusting every time you're driving. So I didn't want to bother with that. I saw my brother go through that, and when I went electric, and I never bothered. Gas, though. Gas, I wouldn't mind trying, but not nitro. Petrol.
Yeah, and at that time, I think the main electric one was Tamiya.
Okay.
They were probably the biggest
Yeah.
RC car at the time for electric.
Lance is gonna get a 110 flatbed and put that greatest drone ever with the greatest camera, the Avata 2 on it, and carry it around.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping to fly that Avata 2 today for a little while. I'm all charged up. I gotta go at 11 to the school and shoot a guy signing his college commitment for the paper. And then I gotta be back at the school at 4 to shoot the spring game against each other. And then after 1 o'clock tonight until Saturday at about noon, we're supposed to have nothing but thunderstorms back to back to back to back. So it's gonna be terrible.
Well, as long as you have fun and the wind is not too strong, but those drones are pretty good in the wind, some of them.
Well, this the Avata 2, Lance says it drifts a lot. It's a kite.
Okay.
But I was out at a country property about 2 weeks ago, and we were getting 19 to 34 mile an hour gusts, and it was steady at about 16, and I was about no higher than about 5 feet off the ground, and the trees were dancing all over the place, and that drone, as long as I was going 15, 16 miles an hour, was handling the curves, everything. I didn't give it a chance to drift. But I have seen a drift, and it's just flying slow.
Oh yeah. What size is that Avata? You said you're gonna go fly. What size is it?
Little cynical.
Cool.
It's about
Yeah, I've seen it where I was gliding at about 4 miles an hour, and I saw the water coming on the water, sort of wind, and then it just kind of gave it a little budge.
It's about 10 inches by 8 inches and about 400 grams in it, Joe.
Yeah, look,
Okay.
3.5 inch or 3 inch props. I think it's 3 inch prop. That's their latest and greatest they put out about a month ago.
Okay.
And I said, there's no way I'm not buying one. I'm not buying one. And I was on Paul's show and I was listening to Drone Nation and they were talking about it and they were saying it's available at Best Buy. And my head went. I just turned and looked at Best Buy. So I went on Best Buy and the store down the street from me had one left. And I've got the credit line through them. So, and it give you like 24 months, same as cash.
Okay.
And I was paying $75 a month, whether I pay with anything, because I'm still paying off something else. So I just looked over there, and it wasn't going to change my payment in it. So I said, "Well, you know what? I guess I'm going to buy it." And it's been a month. I've got 60 flights on it already in a month. It measured out the amount of feet that I've flown with that measures out to 38.5 miles. So
What's the price point? What are you paying, about $2 a mile?
I'll have to divide it out.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not that good. I'm good, but not that good.
That's what she said.
So Frank, what would you recommend for a new RC car driver? What would be the entry? Would be an entry car?
Well, Frank probably wants to know, what do you want to use it for?
Gosh, I don't know.
Combination on-road, off-road, off-road only?
Huh?
Or?
Wait.
I think a combo of both.
Rock crawler.
Well, if you just want to do it on pavement and have some fun, the Kyosho Phaser is a very nice, ready to run. Will go 21 miles out of the box, and that's pretty fast for a little on-road. And if ever you want a rock crawler, Element RC is very affordable, and they got some nice trucks there for Element RC. That's from Team Associated Element RC. They have very good crawlers, and they're very affordable.
So that's the two basic is street and rock crawlers, as you call it.
Well, you've got the off-road buggies as well.
Yeah, you got buggies, but buggies, I find buggies 4x4 or 2-wheel drive buggies, you have to have a place to drive them. Like in grass, they're not that great. They will work. The 4-wheel drive, the 2-wheel drive you're going to be, if the grass is a little long, you're going to have a lot of trouble. But you have to have a good property to actually run them, the buggies.
So how about like a beach, like a sand beach, but the sand isn't real soft. It's a combination of compact and fairly soft.
Then I would go for a buggy for the sand, because that's going to be your best bet. Go 4-wheel drive. 2-wheel drive also is going to be fun. You put sand paddles in the back. They're just fun on the beach with sand paddles. So 2-wheel drive. The 4x4 also, you can put sand paddle on, but they just drive completely differently. They're fun. A crawler on the beach, like the Team Associated truck on the beach, is going to be boring. The Kyosho on the beach, you can't, because, well, if you put rally tires on it and upgrade the suspension or raise the suspension, it will work, but you're better off with a buggy on the beach or on the sand. It comes up like Paul was saying earlier. It all depends what you're going to do with it. So you can't really have one brand that's going to do it all, or one type of car that's going to do it all.
Hey, Lance, 33.82
I mean, you
cents a
can
mile.
still get buggies with like truck bodies, which will be all right if you don't want it to look like a an off-road ATV.
Yeah, the short course truck are almost buggies, like a 4x4 buggy. The short course truck is just they have such a much bigger body on them.
And are all yours battery powered and not gas?
Yeah, all of mine are battery powered. As soon as you go gas, you do have to be careful with gas a little bit, especially where you live. It's just like a little motorcycle. So as soon as you start driving those, you're going to get people saying, why are you driving this so early? Or why are you driving into that night? And you're going to get people bitching at you because it is noisy. It's just like a little motorcycle.
Gotcha.
But mine are all battery and electronics for RCs, just like drones, has evolved so much. You get so much power out of those things nowadays that you will go faster on battery than you will on gas or nitro. All the world's records are done on batteries right now.
Yeah, some of them are not slouches, are they?
Nope.
You have access to the chat, Frank. Can I put a link and could you say, maybe this might not be a good one?
For which one?
Well, I'm going to put it I'm going to put a link in the chat.
There it is.
Okay, hold on. Let me go. I got to use my phone because.
Well, you want me to? I can share it.
Have you seen that huge one that Captain Drone takes out sometimes? Gas-powered one, is it 1/4 scale or something? About 4 foot long.
That's 1/18 scale. They're not bad. That's FMS. They're good. The parts are available for them, but that's a much smaller scale.
I want something like that that's 1/10. Do you know if there's anything like that around?
Type in Michigan in there on the top. Michigan.
How do you spell that?
Michigan, is that?
Yeah, AN.
AN?
AN, yeah. Yeah, I guess they don't have it. They have parts for it, but not. Try to find it and put a link in the chat.
Kind of looking for an old school truck that's 1/10 scale. And it's kind of off-road, on-road.
There, Paul, I just put the link in the chat if you want to bring it up.
Okay. Let me screen share.
That is a 1/10 scale, and it's nice. It's got opening doors. It's very scale, and it's pretty capable. 2-speed transmission.
Does it have all the lights working on it as well?
Yes.
Neat. You can even get them with the indicators that work, can't you, as well?
Yes, you can.
or translating that for Lance, turn signals.
Do the lights work?
Yeah, the lights work on that. And you can actually have it as a K5 Blazer also. Or even a Toyota Land Cruiser. Go to the menu or to the, I think if you scroll up.
Go up
Oh,
here.
there we go. 1/10 scale, RC cars right there.
Right here?
Let's try that one. Yeah. Oh, all RC cars and truck on the bottom would have been better, but let's see what's got there. There's a K5 Blazer. Yeah, just scroll down. There, see, you have the K5 Blazer, you got the Toyota Land Cruiser, you got that old one, which is a 10th scale also. Yeah, that one is old style. I think that's what he wants. Click on that one.
This one here?
Yeah. That's the Atlas. It comes in different color. It's all pre-painted. It's ready to run. If you look at the side, there's that blue one. There's orange. No, on the other side where it says color, right now you got yellow selected. Yeah, click on that. There's orange, blue, red, I think. Orange again. Oh, that's Canada only. So that one has a bunch of old ones, so it's kind of cool. 3 different colors.
Very cool.
And it's only $250, so it's pretty good price. Yeah, every time you click on it to make it bigger or whatever, it goes to the next picture. It's weird. That's where you put the battery. There's a motor.
Hey, Lance, look, it's got a motion controller.
Motion control.
A little bitty short one, just barely fits your hands.
Deal breaker.
Yeah.
See, that's the other
Yeah.
thing he complains about with the Avata, the motion controller.
Nearly all of them have that nowadays, don't they? With the steering wheel as a
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
rather
we
than-
don't do the stick. We don't do the
Yeah.
stick. Some people use the stick radio, but I don't. I use the wheel one.
Mostly the handheld.
Yeah. If you like stick, you can always put another radio on it.
Oh, you can run different controllers?
Yeah, but you got to change the receiver.
Okay.
So
My monitor computer has been resetting itself now for what, 20 minutes?
oh, really?
Yeah, it's about right.
Well,
Yeah,
it's an old one. It's really old. It's
Hmm.
one of those HPs, thin but tall, and it's on its own
Okay.
stand, and But you use it for a monitor for here, and it seems to work well, but it's restarting now, I think.
Yeah, I had a monitor that was doing that. It was a power supply that was failing on it. As soon as it got hot, it kept on booting.
Oh, he's talking about the big TV screen he's got behind him that he shows the river and that on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the actual computer that is running that. It's an old HP.
Hmm.
It's either gonna reboot eventually, or it's gonna come back and say
Eventually.
that, yeah, eventually it's gonna finally catch up, or it's gonna
A
come
little-
back and
a
say that
little lights
the
on the
update was
front.
incompatible and go back to the old one.
Yeah, I mean, what
But-
What operating system is it using?
Well, I don't know.
Hey, don't ask Paul that.
Oh, so now it did a restart. So now you're 30% there.
There you go. It'll be ready by this afternoon. That's like my old 27-inch Apple, and it's sitting on the floor in the closet over there. If I put that on there, it'll tell me you have updates available. And as soon as you try to do updates, it's not compatible. So quit telling me I got updates. If you you should already know.
Yeah. Every now and again, I hear my Mac chuntering away to itself, updating things. I never turn the bloody monitor on, but it keeps updating itself every now and again.
So the last
Frank,
couple of flights
are
I've
you,
had with
are you the Frank Rizzo? No?
no, that's not the real Frank Rizzo.
No, that's
his
not
brother.
that Frank. This
That's
is
his brother,
Francois,
Do you
That's
have a
Jody.
website, Frank?
the
Or a
tank.
YouTube channel that you could share with us? That you have your RC cars on?
No, it's a different Frank.
No, I'm talking to our Frank right here in right here.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's not Frank
I don't know.
Rizzo. Frank Rizzo is Joe
I
the Drone
understand
Shots.
I understand that now.
This
I
is
understand
Francois. This is
I
Francois, the
understand
tank.
that now. I understand that now. I'm just,
Yes, I do have a lot of RC cars and RC trucks, and my channel name is the Tank RC.
Hey,
Tank RC, and is that the link right there? That is not the link.
Chat, I did put a. You can follow the chat and go to channel. I believe it is.
There you go. Yep. Okay, I just subscribed to you.
Thank you.
yeah, Frank does a lot of using his RC cars, but he also goes in depth on modifications and setup and those kinds of things.
Modification is what I like. I like taking the 10 scale and doing other stuff with it and going scale, which means putting interior, putting lights, making sure the dash works, making sure a lot of different things happen. So that's what I like doing in the hobby. And every Thursday night at 9:30, I have my own show, which is called RC Talk, 9:30 Eastern time. We sit and chit chat about anything. I do want to get some more of drone guys to come in my channel that flies to actually explain what it's like to fly drones and what's needed, licensing and what you can and can't do, and a whole bunch of things like that. Just talk about radio control drones. That'd be fun.
9:30 Eastern on Sundays?
Thursdays.
Thursday.
Tonight. Yeah, tonight at 9:30.
Okay, 9:30.
Just before Paul goes on.
What time do you go on, Paul? At night?
5 p.m. Eastern.
Right.
After Paul.
Okay. It's after.
Oh no, sorry, you're talking 9:30 your time, aren't you?
That's correct.
So 6:30 my time. I like
Yeah,
your
so-
little, your VW.
I
I'm
forgot
watching
with
everything now.
we're 5 hours in front of you.
Right now, my time, it's 9:42. So in 12 hours, I'll be live. It's
So
always, I always have about 12 people on, 12, 16 people on, and we chit chat. We take our time. It's pretty fun.
yeah, to me that would be 3 o'clock in the morning.
You can do that. No, just
Oh, I do it regularly. I don't
Oh,
go.
yeah.
He
I
does it
don't get
regular.
up I don't get up until 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm usually up till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on various live streams.
Cool. Yeah, I don't put the link to join on the chat because sometimes you have surprises. People just jump in, you don't know who they are. So
Yes.
by mail invite. So my email is thetankrc@gmail.com. So if anybody wants a link, they send me an email and then I send them a link.
Yes, we've had a few of those naughty people come on every now and again on different streams.
Yeah. I was on a stream the other day and a guy came on, he was sitting down and all that. And then he stood up, he had no underwears, nothing. So he just stood up and started walking. Like, what the heck? Like, that was not on my channel, but it's just crazy, some people.
Yes.
Yeah, it happened on Johnny's the other morning. Guy jumped on him about 2 weeks ago. And Johnny wasn't paying attention, looked down and didn't glance at the name, and he hit it. The guy come up, you seen the picture of the guy, and all of a sudden you seen him squatted upside down, giving us the moon.
Yeah, terrible. That's why I'd rather do it by an email invite like that. If anything happens,
Yeah.
I can always send them an email and say, hey, what the heck's going on? Be careful. When people can be reached afterward, they act differently. They act more responsibly, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is sometimes though people will copy other people's profiles and you'll think it's that person and it's actually not. That's what happened on Rodney's channel. Somebody took Dennis's profile picture and then took his name and made a profile and they thought it was Dennis and they let him in. The dude saw the helicopter in the stream.
Wow.
We're not talking about an RC helicopter, right?
Hi, Justin.
Justin.
Yeah, you got.
So Justin, one of the Ashley Furniture here has a big sale on, as does Compass has a big sale on Stickley Furniture. So you're about to make some money.
Nice.
He was about to get rich on getting a new printer, but now David's getting it.
Yeah.
David already got a new printer.
He's gonna have two.
No, he's not. Don't worry about it.
In fact, it looks like you're sitting your case right on top of your printer, so it must be
It's in the
broken.
front. I'll be printing tomorrow. Like I said,
David-
I'm stuck inside for almost 18 hours, so I'll be doing some printing.
What kind of
David's
printer?
quite happy now. He's finally got a printer that works properly.
Oh. Got the
Frank,
Anchor
do you
Mate
ever print any of your
M5.
parts for your RC cars?
Pardon me?
Do you ever print? Do you have a 3D printer? Do you do that? Do you print anything for your RC cars at all?
I don't own one, but yes, I do use a lot of RC 3D printed parts for my RCs, yes.
Very cool.
But I am planning on getting one shortly. But mine's going to be a Bamboo Lab. They're more expensive, but less headache, I find, or I hear. So
Depends on who you talk to.
Yeah. David is now on his third one. He's had to send 2 back so far.
Yeah, but everybody else we know that hasn't had a single issue. with it.
Everybody's
I
happy
think
with the
it's
Bamboos
David.
except David.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
We know probably at least 8 or 10 people that have them.
Yeah.
And they all
Like-
love them.
like
David
everybody
went
else.
through, but there for a while, they kept sending him a new one and then returning it, sending it again and returning it. And he went through that process about 3 or 4 times, didn't he?
Yeah, he's on his third, I think, now.
Gone number 3. But the other ones were missing things when he got them and everything else.
Yeah,
and-
parts
and
missing. They look
finally,
like they
he
were
threatened to
used.
sue him, and they sent him one with everything. So, I guess they checked the box.
Yeah, the last one that he got, the second one, looked like it had already been used at some point and returned.
Well, I've been hearing so many stories, like the people that gets the one for about 250, and then they say, and then people say, well, of course you're having trouble. You need the auto leveling bed. Of course you're having trouble. You need to change the head to a different head. You need
Yeah.
to add the fan to it. You need to add this, and then it just keeps going and going. Then first thing you know, you've upgraded it. You've almost put double the money, if not tripled it.
Yeah.
Does yours have a camera, Joe?
Yes.
You haven't done any time lapse. I haven't seen anything.
I put some out of it when I first started.
Gotcha.
I did put out some when I first started. I did the duck. When I did the duck, I did that one because the duck shooting a bird. When it got up to it, the bird was showing pretty good.
Yeah, they're quite
Yeah, but-
nice with the camera on, Frank, because you can actually go out and monitor the print on your phone
Yeah.
using your Wi-Fi and see what's happening, even if you're not there.
Yeah, my brother does that with his.
Yeah, but everybody else that we know that has the bamboos haven't had a single issue with them.
Except for
Yeah,
the
promise.
recall. Mm.
Yeah, the recall was on that new one, that small new one that they just
It's
made.
A1.
No, it
Yeah.
was on the A1, not the Mini.
Yeah, the A1. Yeah.
Yeah, the wiring was too tight and it kept on pulling connections out or something. And there was a possibility of them catching fire.
That's actually an issue. The wiring issue they had is actually an issue that a lot of 3D printer companies have had over the years.
Hmm.
Mm.
It's actually quite common. They're not the first ones that had that issue.
Mm.
Well, guys, it was nice chatting with you guys. I have to head to the store and pick up
Okay,
some
Frank.
stuff for
Hey,
my wife.
you're always welcome, my friend, and
Mm.
keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you
Have a
later.
nice day, Frank.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it because I'm real interested in that. It's another rabbit hole to jump in, I guess.
Yes, it is. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday, we're going to talk about the little tiny cars, the 1/24th scale. I have 3 professional guys that do it, and they do comps. They do a lot of things, a lot of modification. Those 3 guys are coming on my channel to talk about 1/24th scale. So pretty small RC cars, but they're a lot of fun. So if ever you guys are interested to drop by, you're more than welcome.
And how long is your show normally? An hour?
2 hours, 2 hours.
2 hours? Okay. I might try to squeeze on there and watch tonight.
I've been doing that since about 2015, every Thursday, and I barely missed any. So I've been doing it for quite a long time.
Very good. Hey, thank you.
Talk to you guys later.
I've been watching a
Bye.
channel recently where it's all off-road racing. That's all over the world they go doing that. It's brilliant.
And does he have any live streams on his there's some. Okay, I may go back and watch a couple.
Here you go, Lance.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, he's had some big ass panels too.
Oh, nice.
I've popped into his live shows a few times, and sometimes he had like 10 or 15 people on his panel.
That's a lot.
I mean, yeah, that's quite a bit.
Okay.
On
okay,
his
I-
panel, 15.
On the panel, not in the chat.
Oh,
On the panel.
panel, my
Yeah, I'm talking about on the panel.
that's huge. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, he's had some big panels.
Okay.
Yeah, the thumbnail so small you don't know who you're talking to.
That's even more than Uncle Bill has.
Yeah, when Uncle Bill goes on, I see how many is on there before I even jump.
He has about 11 on, doesn't he?
Yeah, when Bill gets 10 people on there, it's like it's too many to get in with. Johnny went on last night at 9 o'clock. There was nobody was on. Coast to Coast didn't go on. Johnny went on,
No, he didn't.
and he had Marcus, DeMarco, Ron Brown, and I jumped in. I told him they were having too much fun. I said, I feel like I belong to the Jeffersons, moving on up.
Yeah, Wedge and Big does that and all, doesn't he? Towards the end, he gets about 10 people on.
I don't watch
Why
Bill's
didn't-
show
why
anymore
didn't,
because
uh,
there's a
why
certain
didn't-
somebody on there I can't
Why
stay
didn't Bill
unless
go
they're
on
dick.
last night? Anyone know? I went to look for Bill and he wasn't. Coast to Coast was not on.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
on last
having
night.
work done at the home, so we didn't think he'd be able to get on because of all the noise from the workmen.
Oh, that's right. I remember him saying that he was having remodeling done.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Because I think he actually runs a care home with his wife, don't he?
Yeah, last week I took Angel Planos to Stadium High School. We flew Stadium. I think I may have. I don't know if I was on that morning with you guys or not. But Stadium High School, and then we went over to Cheney Stadium, the baseball stadium, and we flew that before work.
I think you came on just after you'd finished flying with him.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh no! When you were going between one place and the other, you came on in the car.
Oh, between the two places, I think. Yeah, you're right. I try to meet with him on Thursdays because he comes down this way on Thursdays, and we'll fly in the morning before we both go to work. But raining today.
Yeah, it's drizzling on and off here at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring the drone with me today when I go to the school to shoot that kid. Then when I finish shooting, I'll go out and fly the drone, then come back. That way, at least I was able to fly the drone a couple of times, and then I go back this afternoon and shoot the. I'm actually thinking about bringing a drone with me today for the football because it's not a sanctioned LHSAA event, and I may be able to do some loops around the field or something around the game to get some aerial shots of the game.
Mm.
As long as it's not LHSAA sanctioned, I can fly it, and the coach won't care.
Yeah, it'd be quite good to park the drone behind the goalposts and video the kicker kicking a goal.
Oh hell no! No, I'll wind up hitting my drone. Do it behind the net, maybe. But it'd be better. I think it'd be better behind the kicker as he kicks it. Yeah, today's just basically it's a hard thing to shoot today anyway. It's not even I can't even shoot like a normal game because it's a scrimmage against offense defense. And what they're gonna do, they're gonna have coaches standing in the middle of the field and everything else. So they'll have coaches standing out there behind the offense. So you can't really the only thing I'm doing today is going out, and I could probably shoot for 5 minutes and leave. Because all I need to do is get like the quarterback, the main running back, the main defensive guy, just enough so they'll have pictures for the paper. You know, maybe a guy reaching out to catch the ball.
Come on, give some love to the linemen.
Well, they get it. Let me tell you about the linemen. I make more money off the linemen than anybody else, because the parents, you got 5 linemen, then you got a tight end, you got 6 people, and the parents usually all contract me. So I make $250 times 6 right there. And then on defense, I usually have 2 or 3 linemen. And what's easy is that all I've got to do is focus in on the center, get him, and then move over to, depending on which way they're going, I focus on that side of the field. And I make sure I get the linemen as they're in their stance, as they're making their blocks and stuff like this. Because they don't want them just standing there. They want the action shots. The hardest thing to shoot is a freaking defensive safety. When you got a safety in the back, the only time you really get a shot at that safety is when he's in on a play. Because you can get him standing out there by himself in the middle of the field. And I do that 2 or 3 times, different ways he's looking. I'll watch and see what he's doing. If it's something a little different, I'll shoot it. That way I know I got a couple pictures, and then I've got to pay attention to try to find out which way he's shading over to. So hopefully he's going towards the ball. And then I got to make sure I've got him in the frame too.
So what does the safety actually do?
Hangs back, and anybody coming over the middle up top or outside up top. In other words, if somebody's going long, he might cover, he might come up.
Joe doesn't
Sometimes they
know.
come up and cover the
Joe
middle
doesn't
of the
know.
field.
Joe doesn't know.
Doesn't
He
know.
keeps people safe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, most of the time they
And a
screw up.
center-
They
and a center,
bite on
he's
the wrong
center
thing.
of attention. And,
Yeah.
and a tight end, well, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah. Tight end usually has a high voice.
And a cornerback,
problem-
he likes standing around in the against 2 walls.
Yeah. Yeah,
He stays away
the
from the
problem
tight
with a safety is half the time somebody will do something, they'll bite on it, and the other guy on the other side of the field takes off and nobody covers him.
I think the kicker seems to get the easiest job. He only has to come on about 6 or 7 times a game.
Well, sometimes our kicker was first team all district this year, because he had I think he had 8 field goals over 45 yards. For a high school kicker. Hey, did you win something?
Did I show you guys this?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like Art. Every time Art came on, we asked him, you ever went to the Philippines?
Oh, God. At least he's getting rid of that Buckeye puppet now. He's leaving it in the Philippines with his niece or whatever.
I
Goddaughter.
stopped watching. Every time I see him with that puppet on his hand, I just turn it off.
Yeah.
What the hell are y'all talking about? A puppet?
Oh, he got a Buckeye sock type puppet
Bucky.
from
Bucky puppet.
from Bucky's. A little
Fuck's sake.
beaver.
So he comes on, he tries to say that the puppet's talking and he can't stop moving his lips. So
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah, starts getting the puppet to tell the jokes.
Yeah, but once you see it the first time, you don't have to see it the second time. You don't want to see it the second time.
Want to see it a first time?
Yeah, it's too late sometimes. Sometimes you can't get past the first view.
He's been putting quite a few pictures on from the Philippines on Facebook.
Oh,
Well, now that's where his wife is from, right? Her family?
Well, his girlfriend, yeah.
Oh, he's not married?
He's
No.
not married.
I don't know why I thought he was married to her.
It's his fiance, and it's his second fiance from the Philippines now.
Yeah, the first check bounced.
What does he do? Trade up or what?
No, the first check bounced.
I think this one's actually a friend or related to his first one.
Oh, so he's a pass around pack then.
Yeah.
Mm. You do have to be careful because a lot of the Philippines, they do that. They get with foreign blokes because they think they're going to spend a lot of money on them.
Yeah.
Can't even, well, in order to
But
buy,
I mean, there are some really good Filipino girls. Once they do marry them, they are very faithful and very attentive.
but I don't even think you can buy property in the Philippines unless you're married to one, right?
Right.
You can buy a condo, but you can't own the land.
Right, it has to, you'd have to be married and they would have to have it in their name.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works. You can't actually own it at all, even if you are married. It has to be your spouse that owns it.
That's the way it ought to be here.
Yeah, you have to be a resident to be able to buy anything. And when you're there, as soon as they know you're a foreigner, the price trebles at least on everything from groceries to beer to whatever, hotel rooms.
So that would tell me I'm not going. I would never go.
I mean, that used to happen in the Seychelles as well, but they managed to get a minister of tourism that realized that that was actually keeping people away. They were going there because it was a cheaper holiday in a beautiful place, although only just beyond third world in most cases. But the fact that they were ripping off the foreigners just meant people didn't say, well, I'm not going there.
You're saying it's slightly above third world?
Well, I mean, some of the properties there are absolutely gorgeous looking, like Spanish style villas and things like that. But then you get people living in corrugated iron huts. So there's such a massive difference in the way things are. And when we were on like 5G, when 5G started here, they were still only just getting 3G over there.
Oh, Jesus.
So they were way behind. They're catching up a little bit, and everything is so much dearer. Which is daft because they earn so much less as well. To buy like a 10-year-old second-hand car over there, you could buy a brand new one over here.
That's how much a 10-year-old car would cost there?
Yeah. I mean, the Minister for Education lent us a car one year when we were over there, and it was a 20-year-old car that over here you would pay about £400 or £500 for, and it cost him £7,000 over there.
Uh,
Because they're in an island. Everything that, only a small island, it's only about 20 miles by 10. So everything they have over there has to be imported from somewhere. The only thing that they've got there that belongs there is fruit, wood, and fish.
kind of like Hawaii, everything there is outrageously expensive.
Mm. And in the Philippines, like the average daily wage for a person is only something like £5. So, like, less than $10 a day they earn over there, kind of thing. So anybody coming from the States over to the Philippines is immensely rich as far as they're concerned.
You come over there, how much you got? $1.32? Like Euro trip. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
you're in a 5-star hotel eating lobster.
Well, that's it. I mean, like a pack of cigarettes here is now nearly, well, between 11's the cheapest I could get them for, and 17 or £18. Over there, a packet of cigarettes is about £1. And the shops actually sell them in singles. People come up. A friend of mine's got a shop there, and people come up to the window to. They don't even open the doors. They have to come to a grill in the window and tell them what they want, and then it gets collected. And they
Is that
actually
because of a lot of theft?
They come and they buy little toffees in ones, or they buy one cigarette.
They can buy one cigarette?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do, a lot of places over here used to do that, gas stations. They called them Lucy's. Because you could make, an extra $5 off a pack of cigarettes by selling singles to people.
Yeah.
Back in the day, a pack of cigarettes would be $4 or $5. But if you sold each cigarette for 25 cents,
Yeah.
added up.
Walk
Well,
around
it's
with a
about-
pocket full of change.
It's about 65, 66 pesos to $1. And one cigarette was about 8 pesos. So like less than 10 cents.
And I think back in the day, it was like $5 a pack. I think they sold for 50 cents. They were making about $10 off of a pack of cigarettes by doing that.
Yeah. Charging you double buying it singly. Yeah.
That's what the vape shop here was doing for a long time. They were selling the coils for your vape. And they had boxes of 5 that were $20. But then they were taking them and selling them. You could buy a single one, they would sell them for 7. So they would end
Yeah.
up making an extra $8 off of a box of coils by selling them singles.
Mm.
Sometimes people didn't have $20 to get a coil. They might have enough to get one to get them through for a couple weeks, you know.
So how long does a coil last?
About 2 weeks, maybe 4, depending on how high of a wattage you hit,
Mm.
how much you use it. I mean, it really depends. Some people are heavy users. Some people, it could last them a month and a half, depending on how much they hit it.
Yeah.
Really depends on the individual user, but on average, about 2 weeks.
Not looked into vaping at all. So are they batteries or rechargeable?
Ones I have are batteries. Just recharge them. They're rechargeable batteries.
Oh, so you can put a rechargeable battery in it.
Yeah, they're those.
It doesn't have a
18
USB socket.
They're those ones, 18650s or whatever the hell they are.
God, they're huge.
Yeah, it's those ones. Like I have a 4-volt battery charger. I can put 4 of those in there and charge them.
Yeah, I've got that as well because one of my torches work on them.
And then you use just one battery in your vape. Some vapes that uses 2 of them. Depends on the style of vape you have.
But that means that the vape is like the size of a torch.
Yeah, they're not small. They're not small. You could buy little rechargeable ones that have built-in batteries if you want. Like over here, there's so many different styles you can get.
I know they used to sell disposable ones that were only about the size of a cigarette.
Oh yeah, they have those over here too. They're called Blues. There's a few different brands. Blues are the most popular one though. But those are expensive too. They're like 10 or $15 for one.
And they throwaway ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mm.
By the time you smoke 4 of those, you could have just bought a reusable vape.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the money of just buying a regular reusable. Something that you can get more of your money's worth out of.
And how much does it cost for a refill?
Bottles usually $20-$25 depending on what brand, what company you go to, or whatever vape shop you go to.
Mm. And how long does that last?
A bottle lasts, well, like me, it'll last me about a week and a half.
So it's probably a little bit cheaper than smoking cigarettes, but not a massive amount, really.
Yeah, you'll spend about at least $60 a month on vape juice, and one box of coils could get you through probably 3 or 4 months.
Mm.
You only have to buy coils like about 3 times a year. You don't have to buy them all the time. The box I buy comes with 5 of them in it. And usually one lasts me 2 to 3 weeks, one coil, before I have to change it out.
Oh, and when Kate's not here, my packet of cigarettes will last me 3 or 4 days.
Why, if she's there, does she smoke them all?
Yeah, plus she smokes them more often than I do. So I find myself smoking more as well. We'll get through a full packet between us in a day. Well, on my own, I only smoke 5 or 6 a day, something like that.
How far do y'all live apart?
Well, she did live here, but now the council have got her an adapted flat for the disabled, and she's about 2.5 miles away now.
Oh, that's not bad. Does she drive or no?
Yeah, she's still driving at the moment.
At least you got a car to get around places, then, if you want to.
Yeah.
That sucks over here relying on public transportation. It's not as readily available as it is over there.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I want to go into Ashton or into Manchester, and she lives sort of like next to Ashton, so it's only a 15-minute bus ride to where she is. The buses are every 8 minutes, and the trams are every 12 minutes. Until it gets past 8 o'clock at night, then the buses start running every 20 minutes, but the trams still stay at 12 minutes.
Yeah, see, being so spread out over here, we have a lot of towns and stuff that don't have buses or trams or anything like that to actually go to them. So we kind of have to have a car over here.
Yeah, well, I mean, getting to some places can be more awkward because you've got to go into the centre of Manchester first and then get another bus out to wherever it is you want to go. But if you're just going into the centre of Manchester, it's 20 minutes on the bus. And about the same amount of time on the tram, because for the most of the journey, the tram actually goes along the road.
KP index is 4.33.
Was it going back up again?
It was at
What was it here?
1:45 a.m. It was 6.
Yeah, it's 4.33 here as well. 5 to 11 mile an hour winds, 15 degrees centigrade, but scattered showers. You were asleep on the sofa a minute ago. Why did you have to come outside and back?
About 45 minutes downbound now, 4, 11 and 12. The Indiana Harbor, we'll be calling it Stag Island. They'll be actually stopping at the Sarnia fuel dock. So your first.
Well, put this background on Zoom and I can't find out where to turn the fucking thing off now.
30.
You have to turn sideways your phone and you get more options.
Well, there's plenty of things across the bottom, but
I think it slides over.
yeah, it does. But I don't know what. I don't
I
know
think
which
it's under more or something, I think.
there is more at the end, but that just says security. Meeting settings. Oh yeah, background and effects. Yes, it is. Yep. Thank you. Mind you, there are only what? What the hell's that? None, blur, a bridge.
Yeah, you can put your own on there though. I think you can upload your own.
Oh yes, there's an add button. I see it now.
It just does
Oh.
a virtual background without a screen. It looks like shit.
Mm.
You said that was on Zoom?
Yeah.
If you're doing it on your phone, yeah. You can do the same thing on a computer though.
Yeah, because I
Yeah, I
can
never-
change it. I can change it to that bridge.
I never sign into Zoom.
Those blades of
have to.
grass. Or just blur the actual real background, which is just a fence behind me, and a tree, and a cloudy day.
Oh, I'm gonna jump off.
Where you headed?
Catch y'all later. I'm not heading anywhere. My stomach is really hurting. I'm gonna go lay down.
Okay, Justin. Hey, I hope you don't end up at the hospital like Dominic.
Yeah, I'm just feeling a little queasy.
Before
Okay.
you go,
See you later.
Justin, before you go, Justin, does your face hurt?
Bye, Lance.
See you, Justin. Have a good day.
Justin, maybe we'll see you this evening. Okay.
Yeah, just
He's
call
gone.
Well, I think maybe we'll call it. It's 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to go shoot that thing.
Yep. Everybody have a great day. We'll see all of you again later today. Now, you won't be here, will you, Joe?
I don't think so.
Okay.
See you,
Yeah, I
Paul.
got that game at
See
4.
you, Joe.
Yeah.
See you, Mark.
Okay, Lance.
Okay, see you, Paul.
Joe, have a good